Hello and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome,
My
welcome.
name is Marion LaSalle, and this is Vickie Owens. Hi, Vickie.
Hi, Marion. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad to be here as well. Let me tell you just a little bit about Vickie. So we're live with Vickie and Senior Solutions, and Vickie is a good friend of mine. She is not only a good friend, but she's also very versed in all the different things that we're going to be talking about today. So Vickie is a retired naval commander living her best life in her 60s. She has now transitioned to helping others do the same thing. And Vickie is a licensed independent insurance agent and a healthcare advocate. I love that. We all need to be an advocate.
Yes.
And she's going to help us all maneuver the waters of the Medicare and retirement, soup.
it
Now,
is soup.
Vic, it is, it really is. Vickie cared for her senior mother while she lived, and she implemented many health care and healthy lifestyle changes, which she's going to share with us here on the show. Welcome,
Right.
Vickie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be able to share this because I do believe it's important for everyone to understand as we get older, we really need to take care of ourselves. I mean, when we were younger, we could get away with a lot, but as we get older, we can't really get away with all that anymore. So we have to really pay attention to what we eat. Do the things that the doctors tell us to do, all the nutritionists tell us to do. If not, we might not have long life. We definitely want, well, I think majority of us want to have a long, healthy, and active life. It's not just about having a long life, but an active and, good life. We want to be, in good condition. And that's really important to me as far as passing that information on to others. I'm 60. I turned 60 last year. I lost my mother, was going to be 2 years. She actually, was a healthy, senior, even though but she did eat healthy. She was she really watched what she ate. She was always advocate about making sure her weight was great and all this other stuff. So, but as she got older, doctors told me things that I didn't really know about, I guess, seniors, when we get older, how our bodies actually go through the process of metabolizing what we eat, and the functions really change. Mostly they slow down, even though we don't think they do. They do. Our metabolisms will slow down if we're not doing the right things. Now we can keep the metabolism moving, but we have to do the right things. And so what I want to talk about today is my journey, as well as what I learned with my mom. Like I said, I turned 60 this past year. I am a diabetic, but in January 2020, I decided I don't want to be a diabetic anymore. And so I went to a nutritionist who said, yes, we can beat this. And so I'm on that journey, and I'm going to pass on the information that I've learned from my nutritionist, my doctor, who is actually kind of upset with me because she's been telling me this forever and a day, and I just haven't been following, what she's telling me to do. So first thing up, we're going to talk about is what we eat, and that is very important. As we get older, our bodies cannot metabolize or take in things we once were able to when we were younger. So I'm pretty sure everybody's heard. Our doctors tell us eat the right things, eat your vegetables. We hear that all the time. Eat your vegetables, but it's true. It's really eat your vegetables. And the green vegetables are the best vegetables that we should be consuming in abundance. One, the green vegetables have an abundance of vitamin K and vitamin A, and a lot of other things too. But really, those things are what help our bodies. They fight off a lot of toxins. Vitamin K and vitamin will uh, help increase brain activity, and many, many other things. But, and those green vegetables, not just leafy green vegetables, but your broccoli. Broccoli falls in that category too. I get a lot of my information from my nutritionist as well as my doctor. but there are other resources besides going to your doctor and our nutritionist. There are other resources you can get this information from. I'm always on, believe it or not, WebMD, and it always gives me some nice, hints and tips on, different vegetables or food that we can take to help in inflammation that we tend to get because of some of the foods we eat, or if you're tired and listless, some foods that we can eat to do that. So
I have a couple things before you move on.
Okay.
So I have heard, just like you, eat your vegetables, right?
Right.
And I got tired of, no, I take that back. My mother used to boil the heck out of them, okay?
Okay.
She would boil them and boil them and boil them until there was no nutrition left. I mean, they were just boiled to death, right?
Yes.
And so as I got to be older and starting to look after my health, I started reading that you can steam your vegetables lightly to keep the nutrition in. You can roast them. There's a lot of different ways you can prepare them. And if you want to eat a lot of vegetables, you can do things like put it in your smoothie. I find that my blender, just a normal blender off the shelf at Walmart, I can put in there just about anything, kale and broccoli and spinach, anything I put in there, it just grinds it up to nothing. And I add blueberries and things like that. And here I'm getting fresh vegetables, organic, fresh vegetables in my smoothie. And
Yes.
so there's a lot of different ways we can get that, what we're supposed to eat now, right?
Yeah, that is so true, and that's how I take in my vegetables because I am not a vegetable person. I am really, I'm sitting here, saying eat your vegetables, but the reason I in the past haven't eaten the green vegetables or whatever because I don't like them, but I'm forcing myself to eat vegetables because I know it's good for me. It's supposed to be the best thing for me, especially being over 60, moving on to my golden years and being diabetic. Right now my nutritionist has me on a hat. She actually had to draw it out for me. She had a plate and she said all this on this side, everything green. Just like, and everything else is on the other side. But she said everything green over here. So, but I get my vegetables in my smoothies. I'm a broccoli and spinach person, but I'm just not a green person. I'm just, some people really love greens.
Okay, so I have another tip for you. My neighbor has one of those grow things, it's like a little round thing. She rolls around inside, outside, whatever. She grows all these tomatoes and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
She brought over, I should have taken a picture of it. It literally was a stalk of kale. It was like a tree, and it had all these huge, long pieces of kale. And I just cut it up and put it in the freezer.
Wow.
So yeah, you can throw that in your smoothie. Kale is really good for you.
Well, I used to be a kale person all the way. I put kale in my smoothies, but now I'm more of a spinach person. I just, I love.
You should mix it up, though.
Yeah, I should, and I actually cooked some greens a couple of weeks ago, and I sauteed them. I did all these things to it, and I sat down, and I ended up having to put avocado on top of it, so just for me to eat.
Hey, there you go.
But the important thing is to get it in, no matter how you eat it. If you like greens and green vegetables, that's wonderful. And if you're doing it already, it's great. Continue doing it because it helps with our bone structure. It prevents or helps in the prevention of osteoporosis, brain function. I found out from my nutritionist, green vegetables actually help in continuing our life. It has something to do with the I think it's our DNA structure, the cap on our DNA. Green vegetables, vitamin K helps in reducing that from deteriorating because we know once our cells start deteriorating, so do we because we're made of cells. So the vitamin K in the green vegetables helps in preventing the deterioration of our cells. So it basically gives us longer life. but they just are full of unbelievable nutrition, iron, and I could go on and on and on. You can read all about your green vegetables and what they actually help, because there's tons and tons of material on them, but just suffice to say that green
Get them
vegetables.
in somehow.
Yes, exactly. Get them in somehow. Now, there are other vegetables that we should also take in, of course, basically vegetables as a whole, but our like carrots and our beets, and helping our immune system, and things like. Even if we don't get those in, if you eat your green vegetables, you can still basically produce or get the things that we need to move on as far as living a healthy life. Okay. So let's see. Now, of course, fruits. Now, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy fruits because what? They're sweet. So, but we still have to have a balance of vegetables and fruits. And my nutritionist said eat as many vegetables and fruits as I want. Except for bananas. Now, I can't have bananas, but that's not saying that other people can. But I can't have bananas because I'm trying to beat diabetes, and so bananas are full of what? Sugar. So I had to cut sugar out. But I can have watermelon. I can have cherries and grapes. So
Now, wait a minute. You're going to have to explain that one, because bananas don't taste as sweet as cherries. What's up with that?
bananas are have more sugar than any other fruit there. Plus, they're higher. They're just higher in carbohydrates that basically produce sugar. So even though they're higher in potassium, which is what I've always said, oh, that is a high in potassium. You can get potassium in other fruits and other vegetables as well, but they have the highest content of sugar, believe it or not. So can't and like I said, they're carbohydrates that metabolize faster into sugar in our body. But I'm that's me, and because I'm trying to beat diabetes, she said no bananas for me. And I remember when she told me that, I almost fell on the floor because I was like, that's my candy.
Bananas. I want to eat bananas. What's wrong with
Yeah,
bananas?
I'm like, that's my candy. What are you talking about? But I moved on to cherries and cherries and grapes,
Okay.
and for my sweets. So you can basically eat a healthy diet, with the things that are good for us, good for you, and and cut out the things that are bad for you, and you can still enjoy life and enjoy food, because I enjoy food. That's why I'm in the condition I'm in right now, because I enjoy eating. So uh, but I found different ways to cook, make the things that I like, or eat the things I like by just eating the nutritious foods. I made a batch of oatmeal raisin cookies, and believe it or not, didn't use flour, didn't use sugar, anything like that. They were delicious. My brother actually came in and took half of them, and he's a sweet tooth person, but I just used pineapple, apples, and things like that to sweeten it, and oatmeal and almond flour. So there are ways to get around, you know, uh, not being able to eat the sweet, if we have a sweet tooth and things like that. Because that's the next thing I want to say is we should, as we get older, we need to stay away from the bad things, the high fat, bad fat foods, the high sugar foods, the high carbohydrated foods, because they shorten our life. Because one of the things we want to do is maintain a healthy weight so we can be active. So we need to cut out our fats, cut out our, when I say cut out, some people, like, oh, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. Well, you can still take it in, but in moderation. That's what my doctor says. And right now, I can't take any of that in because I'm on a mission. But you can take in the things that you like, but in moderation. But you definitely want to increase your green vegetable intake if you're not already doing that. As we get older, that's something we need to always have in our diet. Is our green vegetables, green vegetables, and our fruits as well. But let's see, what else did I want to cover in that area? Oh, that also we want to make sure we eat the high fiber type of vegetables as well. That would be your corns, things like that, your sweet potatoes, and those vegetables are good in fiber. We don't want to take too much fiber in a supplement format. So get your fiber in through food. One of the things I learned by taking care of my mom was that when we take in fiber, I guess man-made fiber, or the things that like the metamucils and all those things that they advertise as far as adding to our orange juice or this or whatever, it's not good for our systems as we get older. It tends to
clog it up.
Yes.
Nobody wants a clogged system, okay? Don't clog it up.
Clog it up. We don't need blockage. Okay, that's the last thing we need is blockage. We want to have continuous flow. So adding those when I say artificial, man-made type of supplements to our diet is not good as far as fiber. Get it in naturally, and we'll be fine.
What I love about you, Vickie, is you have really embraced the whole living a healthy life and good at the same time. So you help people with their retirement, you help them with their Medicare benefits and insurance, their dental, whatever it is they need, the supplements and all that. And you're really good with the seniors and helping them. Like I've known you for a long time. So once in a while we'll talk about, how can a senior that is one of your customers, how can we help them take care of themselves instead of putting them in a nursing home,
exactly,
that type of thing. And I just love how you have a wide variety of interests to help seniors live a healthier, happier life.
Well, I enjoy it. I mean, I watch
it. It shows.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, and a lot of my senior clients are my friends. It's like we became friends over the years, and
right.
They give me a hard time. I give it back to them, whatever. And some of them are, I'm like their daughters. I'm the daughter they didn't have.
Right.
Or things like that. So I really enjoy what I do, and I'm always giving tips to my clients on healthy living. Or
right.
what is available out there for their benefits,
right.
what benefits they might need to add,
right.
And things like that. So
we have a question in the audience, and they said above your head is LCDR, yes. And they figured out that the USN was retired Navy, but what does the LCDR mean?
That is, I am a retired lieutenant commander. So the L is abbreviation for lieutenant commander in Navy terms, and the CDR is commander. So, but that's how we abbreviate it in the Navy. If you are a Star Trek fan, yes, the Star Trek, all the officers in Star Trek are based on the Navy. Okay, so, but that's what it stands for. Basically, I'm a retired lieutenant commander in the Navy. So that's our basically designation. That's how we write out our insignia or rank.
Okay.
And as far as rank, that's an 04. So I'm an 04 retired 04 lieutenant commander. Okay.
And we have another question in the audience. They would like to know if they fed you healthy in the Navy. That was funny, huh? I think the answer must be no.
Well, say we ate well. we were on our own as far as when it comes to because we had to stay in shape. They wouldn't. That was the one thing we had physical tests every year. You had to maintain your weight, and you had to be able to pass the test. So they fed us well. It was up to you to eat the right things. So the Navy actually, I went in. I'm retired, so I was in early when I guess they were just feeding us, But then as time went along over the years, Navy is, the military as a whole has picked up, we have to make sure our men and women in service are healthy, So But
Wow, we got a lot of people in the audience talking away over here. Louise says, eating healthy can be fun when you create different ways to fix those veggies.
yes.
I love to throw all kinds of fresh veggies into a pound of grass-fed ground beef or turkey and then make sloppy joes, chili, or just exotic seasonings and make a meat veggie medley. Yum.
Woo! That sounds good.
Okay.
That really,
Thank
she's gonna have to pass that recipe on to everybody. She needs to post
Yeah.
that. I actually that's one of the things I also do is in my newsletter that I put out once a month. I put out a nice, healthy recipe that everyone can basically enjoy. I did jambalaya for my June. Um, it was a veggie jambalaya recipe for my June newsletter. So if you want to sign up for my newsletter, you can. And basically within that, I just like the healthy, the tips I'm doing here on top we're discussing here. Also, I do it in my newsletter. Like I said, I have the little healthy corner, and sometimes I'm able to get like little chit chats with my doctors and my nutritionists. I guess a couple of months ago, we did a live talk with my nutritionist. She's an advocate about eating healthy and beating diabetes. So that's basically why I'm with her. So and all the principles that she passes on to me, I'm trying to pass it on to everyone else because you might not be able to go to her, but I can basically pass on her information to everyone because I think she's right on point when it comes to us living a healthy life as we get older. And the next topic moving forward would be we have to supplement our, nutrition as well.
Okay.
Because we're not going to get everything in our food, where our bodies are just not going to be able to uh, metabolize the amount of these vitamins and minerals we need to keep us moving forward in a healthy state. So we need supplements as well. And I think most people know some of the important supplements. And excuse me, as my cat basically is
Oh, we love cats on live stream. Go right ahead. Actually, the lady who popped in here a few minutes ago, she has a black cat that loves to walk in front of the camera. Yes, there you go.
Well, I'm hoping that's not going to happen. But right
That's
now,
okay.
he's messing with the computer cord and
Oh,
chewing on it. I'm like, oh no,
oh
please
no.
don't. That's not good.
Oh
Like,
dear.
go away. I don't know why. All of a sudden
All of a
he decided
sudden,
to
yeah.
bother
It's
me.
all this energy that, he's
Yeah,
not used to.
I guess so. But
So when you're
anyway,
talking about supplements, are you
supplements.
talking about the kind that you buy at the store?
Right. Supplements such as, your calcium, your vitamin C, your zinc. You can multivitamins is good, but you want to make sure you get the right multivitamin because some don't, get into our systems, um, if they're not soluble enough. Sometimes we're not able to take in all the vitamins. So, and, vitamin minerals. But one of the things that my doctor, you know, I did it on my own, but since, she did start suggesting me taking supplements. I take magnesium, with calcium because you don't want to take too much calcium. And then all supplements you really should get approved through your doctor. Make sure that's going to be okay for what you
Okay.
probably are still taking medication. If you're taking other medications, you want to make sure the supplements that you take are going to be, so to speak, complementary to the medications you're already taking.
All
So,
right. So then I have a couple questions about that. So when you said
okay.
supplements, I thought you were talking about like the scoop that I put in my smoothie that has the protein and the vitamins and everything inside this.
That's
I thought it
considered
was a supplement.
that's considered a supplement, but because a lot of you're going to find a lot of like the different powdered protein things or whatever want to have all those vitamins and minerals as well. But if you're not taking that, if you're not doing that, then you
Then you
and
need to pop the pills.
you need to take it. It
Ah,
doesn't have to be the pills. It could be a liquid form or whatever.
ah.
But I'm not going to sit here and try to recommend which brand to take, but the vitamins and minerals you should take should be vitamin D, and this is very important for women too, women aging. But the supplements that you should take are vitamin D, magnesium, calcium, zinc, um, vitamin C. That was one of the things my mom's doctor really pushed, was taking vitamin C. CoC10. I think everybody's taking knows what that is. Coenzyme C10, and these are all good for your immune system, your heart. Um, let's see,
Okay,
nerve
so
cells.
let's slow down. Vitamin
Okay,
C,
vitamin C,
vitamin D,
vitamin
and what
C,
what was the D or the
vitamin D. Vitamin D is good for your bone structure,
right?
your bones, as well as for your um, uh, heart. And we don't get enough. We get vitamin D through sun, but we are not able to capture and
Right. Everybody's low on D.
yeah, exactly. Everybody's
Yeah.
low on D,
Yeah.
but so you definitely need to supplement vitamin D.
Okay,
All
so
right.
C and D, and what was the other one? Co
Ma-
something?
the coenzyme Q10. It's really abbreviation is CoQ10.
So
But that is CO,
COQ10.
yes, CoQ10.
Okay.
That's really helpful for your heart and immune system.
Okay.
I think
So zinc, magnesium, CoQ10, D, and C. Anything else?
fish oil,
Oh, and fish oil. Okay. What's so good about fish oil?
heart help prevent heart disease, and believe it or not, arthritis.
Okay, so I wrote it all down there
Yeah,
so that
vitamin C. You got zinc, magnesium, fish oil. Well, those are the important ones.
okay.
Those are the very important ones. So I'm
So
trying to think of.
let's say you do like a
Oh,
shake like
calcium
I
is
do.
another one. Calcium is
Oh, got
another
to
one.
add calcium. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you do a shake like I do with the powdered supplement and it doesn't have the fish oil in it. You can then buy like a separate fish oil supplement.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Now, like I said, if you find a product that you like that has a lot of that in there already, then you kind of covering all your bases. But you want to make sure those supplements are somewhere in your diet. I mean, in your regimen or program.
And is this
Okay.
something we have to do every day?
This is something you should take every day. Correct.
Wow. Okay.
You should
Got it.
take every day. Every day. And I got the A-OK again from my nutritionist, because that was one thing she said. What supplements are you taking? The last time I saw her, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, we spent a lot of time on nutrition and supplements, and we're not going to be able to finish everything today, but I will tell you that Vickie wanted to talk about exercise, water, and then saving money on your healthcare benefits. So I think that we might be able to touch on exercise today, and then we can cover the rest of it in the next week's
Real quick,
show.
20 minutes a day, some type of cardio, even if it's just a walk around your house, or if you're sitting down doing, basically moving your legs, but 20 minutes a day, get your heart rate up. That's important. That was one of the things that as we get older, we need to get our heart rate up to a certain level for at least 20 minutes a day. Okay. Strength training and everything like that, that's just added, that's helpful, but we want to get 20 minutes a day, at least 20 minutes a day of some type of cardio, which raises our heart rate. That's going to improve our heart and our, I guess, our heart pumping, and just our endurance and things like that. Okay. The other thing is water. We want to get water in. Make sure you get all your water. I am bad about that. So get your water in. We need to be hydrated. We need to be hydrated. And the last thing is staying healthy. Doing all these things will prevent you from, if you're not diabetic, prevent you from becoming diabetic. It will help you in maintaining your weight. It will help, prevent a lot of diseases, whether it be uh, diabetes or fatty liver or anything, cancer. A lot of when we talked about the green vegetable, it helps in prevention of cancer. So uh, you do all these things is to keep you healthy, have a healthy lifestyle moving forward. And it also assists you in keeping your healthcare costs down, because what? You're not going to the doctor as often, and you're not taking medication. You're not having to spend money on medication. So if you start, improving your lifestyle, your healthy lifestyle, you'll be amazed at how you can cut away all the different medicines that you take, because you no longer need it anymore. Because now you're basically getting, you're feeding your body the right things, and you don't have to worry about supplement it with medication to fix a problem. Okay, that's the thing. If you won't have to fix the problem if your body's constantly, doing it, functioning the correct way. That's basically what I want to say about that. And I hear someone just came in, so I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. This was a wonderful time with Vickie. We're getting to know her. This is Live with Vickie and Senior Solutions. We're here live every single Tuesday at 1 o'clock Central Time on YouTube and on Facebook. So, and we're also starting a podcast. So I think that if you have any questions for Vickie, if you have any comments, please let us know, and we'd be happy to answer them live right here on the show. We'll see you again next Tuesday. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.